I wonder if I have my game audio down too low, because I know that I set it to down so I could play the game while watching videos from other people, but maybe I've set everything too low. I'm not sure. Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Ekamac, this is Let's Play FearMonium. In the last episode we collected some clowns, but we're still missing one. And given that this arrow is pointing in the direction of an area we have not been to, I would say this is the clown we need. Wait, that's only 25. We're still only halfway to getting Sadness's upgrade. Two, three, four, bam. So I guess now with not really much to... I should point out that these alphabet blocks here, they only have 4 letters: F, E, A, and R. Oh dear. Okay, that definitely looks like somewhere we might want to go at some point. Right, we have a little alcove here. And have to wind it back down again, of course. So, the advantage of being in a Let's Play is that I can take careful look at the footage that I've recorded for things that stand out to me. And one of the things that stood out to me a little bit... well... the dialogue for that flashback between Max and Alice. I have a theory, and part of me thinks that I should save it for later in the game, but part of me is thinking that it's... I haven't confirmed it, I just have a bit more evidence from later on. I think Alice might actually be the daughter of the fairground owner. Or the people who set up their circus at the fairground owner for that particular day. Yeah, I think we've already heard this one before, so let's just... Oh dear! We do not have any adrenaline at all, let's fix that. I don't actually know what the cap on item attacks is. I always figured that it was about 250, but it's always possible that I'm wrong there. And, oh. Here is the boss, but we need a key to enter. Because, when he's trying to work up his nerve it basically, what she said is, my father's accepted a job in another city, or... You'd think that I'd remember properly after all this, but... It sounds vaguely like that's the case for them. So the thing about these blocks, when you get close, you start hovering out of range, freeze for a moment, and then zoom in on your position. I don't know how I managed to provoke specifically only 2 of them at a time, but that is a thing that happened. But yeah, I just have this sort of feeling to it that she might also be somehow connected to his chorophobia, and not just by having that one clown jump in. So then, I'm quite certain I got Agatha last, the first time I did this because I definitely wasn't able to do this. I will show what a boss is like when you don't get the hidden fears. It just won't be today. And I'm pretty sure this scientist clown says the same thing. Courage is a personality trait that can suppress fears. Sounds dangerous for a growing phobia, doesn't it? But courage can also be blind. Courage is ineffective against lurking unconscious fears, and we can use this to our advantage. Max's predominant fears and phobias will be extremely strong until he fully understands the cause of his fear. Unleash all of Max's hidden fears and they will help to weaken your most powerful opponents, also known as bosses, in Max's world. So we've released the hidden fears for this area, and that boss fight will be a bit weaker. And that doesn't seem to have wound up the whole way, so we can actually walk back and forth there. Nice bit of proactive thinking by the devs. Alright, 4 at a time. Alright. Puzzle. I want to have a quick look at what I'm trying to do first. I'm trying to get a gift onto this side of this block so I can get to my friend. I don't entirely remember how this one goes at the moment, so I'm just going to experiment until I figure out what I'm doing. Okay, thought maybe I need to push this over here and into this gap so I can get this one across. Push it down here so that I can land this one on top of it. That's usually the plan with these block puzzles. You have to try and escort the boxes each other way. I don't know whether it's the intent, but I do know of one where it's an extreme speed challenge. You have to try and you have to try and jump down and dash past the box before it lands properly. Now then, hello. Curiously, Max's regression has repositioned me to such an inconspicuous location. The young man's impromptu attempt to hide from clowns and the pacification of his childhood memories is ineffective. We aren't going anywhere. Max was very young when we first crossed paths. If I didn't induce a drop of fear in him back then, now is the time of change. A class of objects such as us clowns became a phobia thanks to you. From now on, you and I are one. You can summon me for assistance at any time. You obtained a new ability, Audric. And we got a key. Now, Audric is very specific for his ability. He shoots his head out backwards and he does an attack. I think the advantage of him is that it's a very fast firing ranged attack. You might not have the stamina to really spam him, but it can be useful if you're trying to hit something while running away. And... give me a look at the map. Alright, it's time for the Let's Play curse. We need to save the game. Because... we have to enter the obscurity. Regression. I done it. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not exactly sure why sometimes I snap the wrong direction. Oh dear, the spinning toy bounces back several times. Have to keep an eye on that while still avoiding the ball. And that folds up. Actually, no, that explodes. Have to avoid that. Oh dear, I don't have a lot of room to move. And actually, I've gone and run out of my dashes. That's not good. Not as bad as I remember, but I did unlock the hidden fears this time. We gained a new ability. Double jump is now available. Jump in the air to perform it. Max's attempt to protect himself by falling into regression failed. It's impossible to go inside. So, yeah, we just kinda destroyed his childhood. But hey, if you've made it this far, then it's only uphill from here. I am being serious on that. I think we have to go somewhere new for her to get something new to say. I should do a little bit of backtracking. I really should. But you never know what's up ahead. Ooh yeah, there's an ability over there, but we need an... Okay, there's a passive over there, but we need an ability to get at it that we don't have. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this isn't one that you can shortcut. It's time to throw all those toys away. I have no use for them anymore. Some of them have been lying around since I was 6. My father bought them for me before he left. Some of the others were from Grandpa Maybe I should at least save those. I used to love all those toys. I thought I still did. Bosch was always a friend of mine until last night when he turned from a friend into a pile of thread, fluff and plastic, as if someone sucked all the life out of him. It was foolish to ever think there was any life in that toy. There was no more life in Bosch than in this apple. And that video game about Felix? Why did I ever like it? Thought I'd only start becoming a moron when I started to grow up. But it turns out I was always a moron. I just didn't remember it like that. Why is he still sleeping? Is my breakfast ready yet or not? He's already up? What time is it? I'm late for the bus? How can this be happening? Damn Sonia, I wish everything would burn in hell. Do I really have to try to catch up with the bus again? Luckily Mother is still sleeping, so she won't come and put that stupid helmet on me like last time. That was so embarrassing. Everyone on the bus laughed at me. Ah, where's he throwing my scooter this time? Great, he threw it on the rocks. I wish he'd throw all his stuff out here and jump under that damn bus after too. Why the hell does he touch what's mine? He didn't buy any of my things. What could be worse than being late? This is even more embarrassing than having nightmares about clowns. After last night, I just wanted to sit on the bus and watch the trees gliding past the window. Grandpa told me so many tales about forests and all the magical creatures that supposedly lived in them. That's why I always liked living out here. Now I don't like anything. Not this place, not this house, not this life. Yeah, we've done a lot of damage on our way through. Bed, a symbol of Max's place in the world, perhaps the only nook of the house that still feels like home. This figurine would fit in anyone's pocket. The meaning that grandfather's tales bestowed upon his grandma grants Max a huge sense of protection in his memory. Max never hung a clown poster in his room. It appeared here by itself. An old photo of Max's grandfather at the city fairground. Max only remembers that day thanks to this picture. There's nothing left in his memory that isn't included in this frame. The significance of music in Max's life is enormous. When he's unable to express emotions in words, Max finds expression of his feelings in the melodies he listens to. Grandfather didn't leave Max with as many books as Max thinks. Grandfather often pretended to read out loud and simply made up the stories as he went along. Max will never find those tales in these books. And now, after we clear the way, we have a rogues gallery of everyone we've defeated. The fear of dolls. This neurosis had every chance of becoming something serious, but at a very vulnerable moment, Max specifically met a clown at the fair. The clown had a greater effect on Max, and pediophobia only flashed once in his nightmares, after which it went forever into the unconsciousness. Faced with neuroses, Max tried to defend himself with regression. Retreating into his childhood was symbolized by his teddy bear called Vorch. His attempt to defend against reality by pretending to be a child failed. The images of old toys were not as strong as the image of a new phobia. And we have not realized the image depicted here has not been realized, so we have still quite a few bosses to get through before we get to, well, door. Stepfather's office lies behind this door. The door is always locked with 3 keys. The mother says nothing. If you want to know more about Max's psyche, talk to Lady Depression. She'll have something new to say after each of your important accomplishments. Ah. We can't get at this as it is. We'll have to come back for that the other way, or perhaps using a different... Oh well. So, Max finally managed to get himself out of the house. It's time for us to follow suit. The park surrounding us was once a playground for Max. The park and the city where Max grew up occupy an equally vast space in his consciousness. Fond memories are a good way of protection from neuroses, especially when these memories are so adorned with fantasies. Of course, neither fairies nor Ents have ever lived among these trees. Still, the distorted memories of the naive boy, all these creatures are no less real than in the fables of his grandfather. People are comforted by their naive belief they can meet something fabulous. A fairy, a wizard, a suitcase with money, or a soulmate who falls in love with them at first sight. And they defend themselves from reality, trying to detect the presence of this supernatural good fortune among the objects surrounding them. I could also mention religion as an example, but Max would rather believe in fairies and elves than in angels and demons. In any case, his bright, albeit imaginary, memories are our enemies. Be careful. Right. So, break this, break that. Do you have something to say? Going back to applying new skills is always a good idea if you want to delve deeper into Max's consciousness. Otherwise, making progress might be tricky. The rules of the genre, you know. I think that's a hint that we definitely want to do a bit of backtracking now. Specifically, I want to try and get to, Okay, let's try it like this. I want to try and get back into the starting area. Because if I can get to that specially hidden zone, then I'm quite sure that there's a damage upgrade there that we can make use of. The trick is figuring out whether we can get that one there or not. So we actually have to go up here. I don't know how we ended up sliding there, but I'm not going to ask questions. I'm just going to deal with this guy. Right, we can double jump now. And we release one dark thought. Well, we definitely need the double jump to get through this area at any rate. Jump, duck, slide to get the extra distance, smash. Yep, I get the feeling we're about to double around. Wrong button! We're still not quite there with the thyroxine. So we have two sides. I get the feeling that one is going to be more important than the other, and I think it's this one. Our inventory is full. Oh, of course it is. I had a feeling. And we're back at Lady Depression's bath. And so we've unlocked this teleport that to the where we first encountered her in the game. Save the game and start moving onwards. I think what were originally skeletons are now going to be actual enemies. It's a bit more hostile than the first time we came through here. If you're not going to play fair, the thing is, it doesn't always chase after what you want it to. We can break this now. We can drop down here, free this guy, and it's basically the other way through that area that we had before. Nothing at the top but one vial of adrenaline. We already have max, so we don't need more. And we've entered a very bright and green area compared with the rest of it. So this very much does look like the place that we were. This looks like what the dream was before we entered it and ruined everything. I don't know how far we can get, but I'm willing to try. Next episode though, because we've run out of time. Until next time guys, take care, we'll see you all around.